I'm new here in TNT and I'm starting uh, as a host. I don't know if it will work, but I will try my best. And we are now live on YouTube. So, uh, is anyone here for the first time? I think not, right? So we don't need to explain a lot about how TNT works, but it's always good to remember this is a safe place for us to express ourselves in English, to expand our conversation skills, to talk about any topic, and we will be split in groups, in small groups, and I'll send you the questions in the chat. I don't know. They are already on the chat. You can see the questions to guide your conversation in the small groups. So, Wellington, can you read us?
Yeah, I will do this right now. And guys, if doesn't work today, remember to give a second chance to Enric.
Yeah.
Okay. So accept the invitation, please.
Can you send the questions again?
Yeah. Just a second. I don't know, Rafael and Hugo, if in your screen an invitation to you accept to go to the room, just click there, then you will be redirected. Let me see.
My screen.
Yeah, are not appearing for you. Let me
Try
see
to
here.
put him again.
Yeah, let me see here. It's because how is not joined. Oh my. No, it's no problem. You can stay here. Go on, Enric.
So I already presented myself. I will start asking answering the first question. Then I will ask someone to go on, and then everyone just present yourself, because I remember some faces here, but some faces are new. I don't think I know Gustavo or Lara, but I remember Isadora, I remember Duda and Wellington. But so the first question is, sometimes people get unlucky or they simply make bad decisions that lead them to hard times. Do you think people deserve second chances? So actually, I believe that people deserve to have a second chance to make things right, because sometimes, as we saw in the video, things happen in our life, or sometimes we just take decisions that we cannot completely control, or sometimes uh, I don't know, anything can happen. You can get sick, someone from your family can get sick, you can lose your job, and it's always good to have a chance to start it over again. So I believe we all deserve to have second chances. What do you think, Isadora?
So, good evening, guys. I grew up here in Santos, but I was born in Salvador City, and I'm 33 years old. So, what I think about this question, I am agree with you. Everybody that deserves restarted the life, because sometimes we are not prepared to face it, some problems, to deal with our own emotion or the situation around us. So this kind of thing needs time, demands time to be aware of how can I do something. So I think everybody deserves a second chance in their life.
All right. What about you, Gustavo?
Hello everyone, my name is Gustavo. I am 20 years old. I live in Goiânia and I am civil engineer student. So in my opinion, I think that everybody needs deserve a second chance because everyone makes like something without thinking about it. Everybody has changed your thoughts, your ideas, um, through the years. Like when I was a teenager, I used to think in a way, and by the time my thoughts had changed a lot. So that's my opinion because many people through some problems have a problem at home with your parents, financial problem. So they some others and foul use drugs, other kind of stuff, alcohol, and make some bad things, you know. So
Yeah, I just realized that I am actually living this second chance because I was born in Rondônia and I lived in Minas Gerais 6 years ago. I studied here. I am a mechanical engineer. I graduated here in Minas Gerais, and then I moved back to Rondônia, where my parents live, and I've been working there since 2014. And now I'm starting over in Minas Gerais again. I just moved in, and I just realized that when you talk. So, what about you, Duda? How you think about this question?
Hi guys, I'm Duda. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Rio de Janeiro. I think that people deserve second chances. Like, we don't know what's happening with anyone's life, so I think people really deserve it. And I think that's it. I agree with you guys. When if you're not doing bad things to other people, it's okay to have a second chance.
Yeah, good point there. Wellington.
So, guys, my name is Wellington. I am from Salvador. I still live in here. I'm 26, and like Henrik, I am a host here on TNT. So, to me, I think, like Duda said, if you are not doing bad things to others, you deserve a second chance. Depending what is, some kind of stuff, I guess it's hard to give a second chance, but would be good, or otherwise, the person will not change, will not have the opportunity to change, even though it's hard sometimes, give a second chance the society or yourself, depending what is. But I believe that we are here, we learn with our parents at first, normally, with the people that are surrounding us and the place where we live. So we don't learn everything that we need to our life, So sometimes we will commit some mistakes, and this is normal. And you need to have a second chance to learn with this. It's better you learn with do not committing a mistake, but if you don't have this opportunity, you have to learn with them, and to that is necessary a second chance.
Great. And you, Lara, do you want to share your thoughts about this?
Good evening, guys. So my name is Lara. I'm 21 years old. I am from Governador Valadares, and I also agree. I think everybody deserves a second chance because sometimes it's difficult because we mess up our emotions, our feelings. So sometimes when we have a more time to think about this and see what we did wrong in the first place, it's good to know when you can do it. And sometimes we need to put in the other place, feel like the other person. So and if you do this, you will see that you deserve a second chance. You will be in this place that the other person. And yeah, I think is this.
Nice. Uh, I'll move to the second question. So, in life, there are good times and there are also bad times. How do you cope with the bad times? How do you get over the bad things that happen happen in life? So, personally, I am very much binded to my family, and also I am a religious person. So whenever something bad happens, or whenever I am feeling down, or I'm going through bad time or hard time, or I need to make a hard decision in my life, I first talk to my father and my mom, and I always talk to my wife. We make decisions together, and I'm also talk to God to help me relieve the pressure on my back, and to try to clear my mind, and to try to do the right thing, to do the best for my life. I think that's how I try to recover from a bad situation. What about you, Isadora?
Um, I think it is important to separate the reason and the emotional things. When I go to take a decision, I am not in a rush or in a hurry to make some decision. I try to stop, think, and refresh my mind. What would be the best option? So I think I try to reconnect myself in a balanced think. So this is I try to see the things like opportunity. If I had a bad moment, I try to see a good positive point in the situation, it to turn in a positive thing. So I try to know myself uh, in that bad kind of the situation.
Very good. So, what about you, Gustavo?
Yeah, yeah, when something when happen like I through bad time at the beginning, I feel like I kind of sad. So then, I totally agree with the daughter. Every time I try to to and I see the situation, and I try to get something good from this point. How can I learn it from this bad time? What can I learn to so for the next time I avoid this type of mistakes and become better in some of my mistakes, because it's necessary to have good and bad times, because they like it not a playground, you know. It's everybody has bad moments.
What about you, Duda?
I'm kind of what everyone said. Like Eric, I'm really close to my dad, my mom, and my boyfriend. And when something bad happens to me, they're the first person that I just go like to chill and hear what they have to say to me, so they can calm me down. But when like there's the moment that happens, the thing, the shit, the shit happens, and then I feel bad, and then I just like go to them so I can like put this out. And then I just like put my head on my conscience and I think, oh, okay, what can I, like what Gustavo and Zadora said, I think like, okay, what can I get from it and how can I take it positive? And I was always try to think like why this happened, like there's a reason this happened, so I try to think like that.
This is an amazing way to try to solve things. What about you, Wellington?
So to me, like the guys, I used to think in this stuff, like Duda said, at first, depend on what is, if it's related to professional or personal life. I can get, sad or anxious depending on what is this stuff. At first, I try to solve with myself, not saying to no one. But if it's something that is bothering me a lot, I used to speak with my friends, my girlfriend, or my mom, and see what I can do after, to get the better way as possible in the moment. And sometimes I try to understand why this happened. Sometimes I just wanted to forget that happened and move on.
Nice. Lara,
Yeah, I think I am kind of like everyone too because I am the person that always trying to look at the positive way. You know, when something happened, I try to see a positive side, even when not not looks like there is a positive side in someday it would happen because I think everything happens for a reason. I don't always usually think like this, but nowadays I am trying to think in this way because yeah, I think it's better, you know. And I try to calm down, to breathe, and yeah, wait for the thing to pass, and see what I can do with this, go to get over with this.
all right. Uh, let's move to the next question. The third question is, so in your perspective, everything in your life is already determined by destiny, fate, God, karma, etc. Or do you believe you are in control of what happens in your life? And this is the I think this is the most interesting question to think about, especially when I remember the guy in the video, because he actually had a job, he had a family, and he ended up in the streets, abusing drugs and homeless and hopeless. And now that I think, I see a lot of people in the same situation here in Minas Gerais, much more than as I could see in Rondônia. Rondônia is much smaller also. So I definitely think that I am responsible for my decisions, for the path that I choose in my life. So it's I believe that my life, the actual state of my life, is the result of all previous decisions. So like, will I study? Will I work? Will I get married? Will I what will I do with my life? So what I do now defines what I'll be in the future. So this is what I think. And as I said, I am a religious person, so I also believe that God has a plan for my life and for everyone's life. I believe in it, and I try to do my best. That's why I try to pray and talk to God to see and make sure that I'm doing the right thing in what I believe that it's the best for me and for my family and the people around me. But I'm fully responsible for what happens, and this is uh, I what I mean believe. What about you, Zadora?
Yeah, this is an interesting question. So I think there is a boundary between what is in your control and what is happening in the world. Because I am agree with you about we are responsible for some results in our life because we have the free will. We can decide something important in our life. But in the other hand, I think there is setbacks like unexpected situations in our life. We don't have control. We don't have power to see before. So this is the point. I think there is two kinds of power. One power we can control, and the other power we can't control.
Yeah, just for as as an example, this year we have this pandemic going on, so how we cannot control it, right? Yeah, sometimes some things we can not control just like that. So what about you, Gustavo?
Yeah, I believe I I am I am in control of my life. But some things have destination to happen, but others we can make the decision. We can decide what is good, what is not good. Like, for example, I studied for many years, so I will get um, a good job, other things. If I didn't study, I won't get this. So you decide what you want and then what you get in the future. And but other things, like if you think overthink about bad situation, it can turn into your life. It can turn to other bad things, in your life. If you thinking good things, it can become reality. It can come true. Yeah, that I believe.
Nice. And what about you, Duda?
I think I'm a person that kind of believes in everything at the same time. So I think that, yeah, we make some choices in our life, but I always think that everything happens for a reason. Like, I always can connect things that happen to my life, thinking like, oh, if that doesn't happen, this wouldn't happen now. So everything's connected, you know. I don't know if I have watched a lot of Lost in my life, but this makes a lot of sense in my head, and that's something that it really happens in my life. Like for example, I never wanted, I always wanted to have a dog, and my parents never let me have one. And then just someday they just I it showed someone that was adopting it was my dog. And then I look at my dog, and my dog that is nowadays my dog, And I just fell in love and I showed to my parents. And really, guys, I spent 20 years of my life asking my parents, so please, can I have a dog? Can I have a dog? And then this day I show it and they say, okay, let's see this dog. Like, how did it happen? You know, like everything happens for a reason. I saw the right time, this dog adopting, and then I showed them. Like, I think it, I think it's all connected and everything.
Great. So, Wellington, what do you believe?
Yeah, just adding something, I guess it's because Duda's dog is so cute, you know? Maybe because of this, they felt in love. He's like a big kid just in the picture.
Yeah. But I tried a lot of dogs and they were all cute and perfect. Uh, he meant to
Yeah,
be my dog, you know?
yeah. So, like Duda, I believe that both things, you know, are connected. To me, I think that we have some stuff that can happen in our life and are not destined, you know, but depend on the choice that you made, this can happen or not. So you are in control, but things will happen, you know. I really believe in intuition, you know, when I think that I should not do something, I should not go to that place. And I have passed through situations like that, like losing a bus just because of some seconds. And after I discovered that the bus was robbed, you know, or just broken in the middle of the way, and the people after had to go to the bus that passed after, and things like this. So I believe that we have like a destiny, a fate, a reason to live, but we can control in which side we are going. We have many options.
Yeah, as since I was a child, I always imagined life like huge a huge hotel with infinity doors, and each doors guides you to another door that exists only behind the door you see. So if you choose one door, this is kind of crazy, but if you choose this door, and maybe you can never come back to choose another door. So if and each door will guide you deeply into places that you may never come back from there, and into places that you would not get there if you choose another way around. You know, I don't know if I made myself clear. So I just think just like this ramifications through life depends on your choices. Just like Wellington say, the what happens depends on your choice, and there is a I don't know, there is a chance to happen or not happen. So I don't know. What do you think, Lara?
Yes, I totally agree. I think this kind of question is very hard, but I love this kind of question because it stimulates us to think more about what we believe in, what we do about the thoughts. And I believe in everything too because I don't have a formal opinion about this because every day I am thinking about a different side, you know, and how everything is connected. And so I think everything is possible until they prove me the opposite. And I believe in destiny. I think if it's meant to be, you'll be God and everything like this. And the thing that you guys already said about the things that happen in life that we can control, like this pandemic, we couldn't imagine what it was is going, what is what is happening, you know. And I think we can control this thing, but we can control how we gonna respond, you know? We have a little responsibility. Like I read about or something about this, that it's not our fault, but it's our responsibility. You know, it's different. Your fault and your responsibility, and you have to assume the responsibility about this thing. So it is in your control. Yes. I don't know if you get the idea, but it's kind of like this.
Yeah, I agree with you. So the next question, uh, I would like to change the order that I was doing in order to answer the questions. So I would like to go the other way around. So I would start now with Lara, if you don't mind. So the first question is, if you are having a hard time in your life, you better ask someone to help, or do you prefer to go through this by yourself?
I think it depends the situation. In general, I prefer to go through this by myself because I don't know. I just don't like to share everything that happens to me with everyone. You know, sometimes I share it a close friend of mine or my mother or my sister, but not everything. Sometimes I just uh, like to think and the way that I believe because sometimes I already have something in my mind and I know that if I ask someone and they say another thing, I will keep thinking about this and mess up the things that I want and things that I don't want to. And yeah, in general, I think it is it.
So, and you, Wellington.
Yeah, as I already said, I'm like Lara, you know, I don't like to share. I try to solve to myself first. I always used to do that, you know, like college works I used to do by myself alone. I really like to solve my things by myself. And I still doing this, working on this because I think sometimes it's good you share or ask for someone's help because it's really hard to deal with this alone. But I still doing most part of the time by myself. I try at first by myself and after ask for someone's help.
And what about you, Duda?
As I said before, like when I'm going through a hard time, I always like to tell my parents so they can like support me. But like I try to solve my own problems, and if I can do it by myself, I ask for help. But like having a hard time, I just like to um, put this feeling out. So like I don't like to keep these feelings to myself, so I can make this all the like the higher times, if I keep the feelings to myself, becomes like three times more hard. So I always try to talk to my parents so I can feel better.
And you, Gustavo.
Yeah, and if I know the person had the same problem, if I have some friend had the same problem that I face, I ask for help. But if I don't know, I try to resolve this problem alone. But most of time I just tell to my mom, and I she helped me resolve this, guide me, give me some advice. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. It's great.
Yeah, moms are the best advisors.
Yeah.
So, and you, Isadora.
So in my case, I am a type of person. I try to cope my problems by myself, but I confess it's good sometimes you trust in someone you really trust, and give you a good word for you, give you extra support, encourage you to make a good decision. So it is important because sometimes the problem is so inside you. Maybe I don't have the real solution in my face. For example, many people has thoughts from suicide. If that person one day pass in your mind to talk to someone, maybe this avoid your death. So I think it is important to trust in someone you can talk freely.
Yeah, it's very important to talk. So I am a very emotional guy, and if I'm having a bad time or a hard time, I never go through this by myself. I can't. So I always share with my wife and with my parents because I don't know, I just can't. Uh, I when I was a teenager, it was different because I used to try to solve things by myself, and I just learned that this is the worst way around things because especially when you are a teenager, you are kind of dumb. You don't know how to live your life the right way. So I learned the hard way that it's best to have someone to share, to help you, to give you uh, another side of view about the problem or about the decisions you need to make. And I don't know if you guys like to if I don't know if you I just want to recommend you. I don't know if you know this. There are two channels in on YouTube. The first one is Invisible People. Yeah, I think this is an amazing channel because it is a guy that interviews people on the street living in hard situations through in homelessness and through drugs, and it's completely in English, so you can practice and you can actually see that your life is actually very good if you have a roof over your head and you have food every day, because there are a lot of people struggling and having such a bad time that we cannot even imagine. So this channel is a great channel, and also a special book by special kids. It's another really beautiful channel. This is a guy that interviews children with disabilities, and I almost cry in every video that I watch because it's just very touching, and it's also completely in English, and I like to watch this, especially these two channels. It just came into my mind to talk about it. So we have time for the last question. I don't know, we have 1 minute. Oh no, we
Three
have
minutes.
all right. So the last question is, if a friend or a relative fails with you, or they do something that shakes your relationship, are you more likely to forgive or actually give them a second chance? So, Lara, share with us what you think.
Sorry, I didn't see the question. I was looking for the channel in YouTube. What is the question of the five?
Uh, the last question. Yes, the
Question.
fifth question.
Trigger. Um, yes, yes, I am likely to forgive and give a second chance. I don't am the kind of person that make a big deal about everything. You know, I am more easygoing, so it's easy for me to forget, but depends, you know, and the situation. But in most of them, if it is not something that really hurts me, I see like, oh, it's okay, I forgive you, and I hope you don't do this again. And yeah,
So, and what about you, Wellington? Are you more likely to forgive or not?
I am more likely to forgive. I actually it's really hard to me. Uh, Someone fail with me, need to be a really big thing, because most part of the things I just don't care, or I don't considering, like people usually do. I guess some kind of stuffs are really normal to happen. I try to understand why this happened. So I have never passed from no, yeah, I have passed it. Yeah, need to be really big to I do not forgive. Really, really big. But if there is a reason and I can understand, to me it's okay.
All right, and you do that.
I like forgive, but I think it depends in some situations. Like you can forgive, but maybe you're not gonna trust as you trusted before, in some situations. So like I forgive. I don't keep the Honkoor. I don't know this word in English, but I just like don't trust to any more things like I used to do before. And giving an example. But I think it's the best thing. Like we have a short life to make to don't have a lot of friends and like fight. So that's what I think.
Yeah, and you, Gustavo.
Yeah, I am more like to forgive you because I don't like to keep this bad feeling inside me. Like, oh, someone made something wrong to me. Oh, I overthink about this. So I just forgive, and sometimes I forget the person. But I sometimes I should to pay attention for the next time. I forgive, but I don't trust as before. But other times I just give the second chance. It depends on the.
Yeah, sometimes forgiving is easy, but forgetting not so much. So you cannot trust, and this is somehow hard. So, guys, we are all back here in the main room, and how it was in your room, Gustavo? Share with us. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was amazing. The topic is really, how can I say, thoughtful. It's really hard because there is always like the context about it. But people enjoyed. We talked a lot about it. And about the first question, if everybody should have a second chance, people were like, we agreed that everybody should receive a second chance, but we also think that we had to think about the context. For example, in some situations, people like may have done something really bad, and we don't know if actually these people should receive a second chance, or he may at least pay for it. But yes, it was a nice topic.
Yeah, we talked just about it as well. I think Duda said that if the person is not hurting anyone, is not doing bad to anyone, then maybe he deserves a second chance. And you, Paulo, did you enjoy the conversation in your room?
Yes, I, I have a same opinion that Gustavo explained. It. The second chance is possible, is maybe more common, but there are cases, there are situations. It's the decision is very very hard. So, in our opinion, I believe in my group. Um, there are contexts and some situations uh, that's the second chance is much more complicated. when involves the a killer, or I don't know, something, things much worse.
Yeah.
So that's
Like
my
a rapist or killer, as you said, or some. But
okay, something like that is
there are
terrible.
there are evil people in the world as well. So, guys, does anyone wanna say something, because we are finishing our meeting for tonight? So I thank you all, guys, for being here. It was my first time here as a host. I hope it's not the last. And so I wish you all a great uh, night. Get some rest, good sleep, and we see in the next meeting in TNT.
Yeah.
I don't know, Wellington, do you want to say something?
Just I don't know because we are having troubles with the things because of the platform that is changing. If you receive the feedback answer, please. I'm not sure if has Enric name there. So if it doesn't have, put my name and in the observation, put there Enric. It's really good to have feedback in the first time better than the others. And after I will send in the Telegram two channels that Enric said to us, to we watch Invisible People, and the other was Special Book by Special Kids. It's in English and good histories too we watch. It's only this, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, see
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye, guys.
Bye
It
bye.
was
Thank you so
Bye.
awesome.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, it was
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Congrats, Henrik, for your first time.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Have a
See
nice
you.
night, everyone. Good night. God bless.
Bye, Hugo.
Bye.